Hi everybody, welcome back to Lovely Lavender Wishes. It's Renee and I hope you're having a very blessed day today. So today we are going to be in Ecclesiastes. I am going to be focusing on the first part of chapter 1. The title is Everything is Futile. I've been kind of feeling like that lately. Everything is futile. Like really, what's going to last in this world? Nothing really other than the good things we do, our love, the things we pass on, our love for Christ, all of that. But everything else is futile, going after riches, fame, pleasure, whatever it may be. And that's kind of what Ecclesiastes is all about. And, the part that I'm really focusing on is how fast time is flying for me. I feel like I'm in this, I must be hitting like a midlife crisis or something, y'all. But I've just been thinking like, what have I been doing that's actually going to last? Or what have I been doing that's actually making a difference? Or what am I doing that is going to have eternal value, essentially? And that's kind of why Ecclesiastes is really speaking to me right now. And the part, let's just read it and then I'll tell you which part I'm like really focusing on. So chapter 1 starts with the words of the teacher, son of David, king in Jerusalem. So Solomon. Absolute futility, says the teacher. Absolute futility. Everything is futile. What does a person gain for all its efforts that he labors at under the sun? That's kind of what I've been feeling like all this work I've been doing or all these things I've been doing, like, what do you even gain from it? A generation goes and a generation comes, but the earth remains forever. And here, again, this means a lot to me because my mom died this past year. I've had a lot of people die, a lot, y'all. Aunts, uncles, friends, family members, like there's just so much going on. And I'm just like looking around, it's like, what are we really doing with our lives? Do we just come here and live and then die? Or are we actually like doing something with our lives? And that's kind of what's making me like introspectively think about this stuff. The sun rises and the sun sets. It's like every day comes and goes, right, y'all? Panting, it returns to the place where it rises. Gusting to the south, turning to the north, turning goes the wind, and the wind returns in its cycles. Everything's a cycle, right, y'all? All the streams flow to the sea, yet the sea is never full. To the place where the streams flow, where there they flow again. All things are wearisome. More than anyone can say. Oh my gosh, y'all. Do any of you feel weary? I know I do. The eye is not satisfied by seeing, or the ear filled with hearing. We can never be satisfied with earthly things, right? What has been is what will be, and what has been done is what will be done. There is nothing new under the sun. Can one say about anything, look, this is new. It has already existed in the ages before us. There is no remembrance of those who came before and of those who will come after. There will be no remembrance by those who follow them. This part really saddens me. Like, this is the part that I was really thinking, like, when I die, is anyone even gonna care or know or remember? Not really, unless you're like a famous person or something. Your work or your life doesn't really live on much. I mean, yes, it lives on through your children and the good deeds you have done and people that you have influenced and things like that. But that's what's kind of making me remember this. Like, what am I doing with my life? Is there going to be any remembrance of me after I'm gone? And the part that like kind of saddens me sometimes is like, probably not much. And I'm like, wow, what can I be doing that, would leave a lasting impact? And again, everything that we do for eternity lasts for eternity. I love that part. So that part is, and there's been just so much violence and so many things going on in this world, and just these young people dying, and just lots of things going on. People dying, people getting sick, people struggling so hard, and I'm just like, wow. Like, I feel like a lot of people are weary. Not everybody, but a lot of people are thinking, wow, this is futile. Like, why are we even here? And kind of, I'm along with that. I'm kind of thinking along the same ways, y'all, to be completely truthfully honest. I'm like, why am I even here? Like, I'm hoping these videos impact y'all in some shape or form. I really did start making these videos for myself. I just, it was kind of like something for me to do and to keep me in the word. And then who knew, over time I got a few followers and people watching, and started getting some comments, and there's in no shape or form am I like huge on the internet or anything, but I like to feel like I'm having a little bit of an impact. But again, like sometimes I go through days where I'm just like, wow, like, am I even making a dent in anything, or even making an impact on anyone? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And it might be a midlife crisis. I'm thinking like, what have I done with my life, and what am I going to do? And, just kind of reevaluating and thinking like that now, especially now that we're empty nesters. And the focus that I'm focusing on, or the point I'm focusing on today, is about how time just seems to be flying by. I blink and a year goes by. I blink and a week goes by, and I'm just like, wow, like I'm trying to grasp onto it. And it just seems like time, the older you get, the faster time goes. And it's just cycles. And it's like, I'm in here, and then one day I'm going to be gone. And then someone else is going to be here and gone, and here and gone. And it's like, I feel like it's a never ending cycle. And really, like, what are we here for? And what is going to last? And that's what the whole book of Ecclesiastes is about, is the things that we do for eternity. That's what's going to last. And then I'm starting to think, well, like, am I doing enough? And I know I'm not talking about our salvation. Our salvation is not based on if we do enough or not. I'm just thinking, am I doing enough to make an impact with my life? I want to do something with my life to make an impact. So that's my mind thought on this. So we're gonna like kind of decorate the page, and I printed out this image I had in my computer. It was probably a scrapbook piece of paper or something that I had. And what I did is I printed it out on, this is adhesive vellum. So kind of like sticker paper, but you can get this, it's by Generations, adhesive vellum. I think I got this one off of Amazon. So when you peel it off, it's kind of like vellum paper. So I printed the same image on cardstock that I'm going to use as a tip-in, and one as a vellum piece that I'm going to use as a sticker, like for layers. But the first thing I want to do is decorate, or kind of like distress up the background. So I grabbed antique linen, let's see, tea dye, frayed burlap, and then this vintage photo. So like a lot of like old browns, whatever browns you got, because it's just going to match my picture. But we're going to just kind of just fool around and decorate the page a little bit. The sticker, I think, is going to go right about here, so I really don't need to put a lot of color over there. I'm just going to get color on the page in different spots and splatters, just like this has, like dark spots, light spots. That's kind of what I'm doing for the background here, just to kind of have it all blend in together. But again, I don't know if you all have, like really sat down and thought about stuff like that. Sometimes, my mind goes in weird areas in different ways. I'll be laying in bed at night thinking, I'll be like, oh my gosh, y'all, my life is half over, or even more than half over. I mean, we never know when we're going to go. And this year has been, man, a year. I've been talking to so many people, and I just had a friend, who told me one of their friends, her husband literally just instantly passed away from a massive heart attack, just out of nowhere. A young guy out of nowhere. And it's just, man, it's just really affecting me right now with everything else going on. And I've been talking to so many people, and so many people have been saying that this year has been a really, really tough year. Like even worse than 2020 and 2021 combined. I would say for me, this year has been worse than both those years combined, which is saying something, saying something. And I've been talking to multiple people who are just kind of worn out to the point where they're giving up, and it's scary to see, and I don't want anyone to give up. I'm trying not to give up. I mean, I hit that point too this year, I think, where I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't have any more will to fight at this point. I'm kind of done. And I did hit that point at one time, and I think I'm like kind of growing out of that, or getting out of that, slowly but surely. But I am worn down. And I'm still fighting a bunch of medical things, as well as the insurance companies. Gosh, y'all, insurance companies, I can't even tell you. But anyways, I don't want to be all negative at all. I just want y'all to know where I'm coming from, where my mind process is on these pages. Because every time I do these pages, I could always look back and be like, oh yeah, I know what I was thinking when I was doing that page. Or, I know my mind frame at that time, or I know what I was talking to God about at that time. And so that's one of the beauties of Bible journaling, I think, is it's like my way of talking to God through art and praying to God through my art. Like, God, like, I am thinking about this, and what do you have to tell me about this? I'm going to just gonna kind of wipe this off a little bit. And, like, God, what are you trying to teach me through this? And what are you saying to me? What do I need? What do I need to know through this? So willy-nilly, I am just putting different colors down on the page, as you can see. I did gesso my page, so because I have a piece on the other side. If you want to know how I did this, I think I did a live in one of my Facebook groups way back, 2020, it says here. So I did a live. You can probably Google Lovely Lavender Wishes and Google Ecclesiastes, and that page will pop up if you want to learn how I did that. I take you a step-by-step on that one. So I want some dark spots, some light spots, just some different. I'll do some at the bottom here because I don't know if that sticker is going to get all the way down to the bottom or the top. No, we'll see what color. And some edges. So yeah, these are just a variety of different browns. So this one's frayed burlap. It's hard to get it by the spiral part, but okay. And then let's do some little bit of vintage photo in some areas. I think I'm going to do my stenciling in the vintage photo. Maybe not though. I might do. Yeah, vintage photo is a little darker, so I might do the stenciling in the vintage photo. Otherwise, I'll do it in the espresso. Okay. That should be good for that. Okay. Then, let's see. I want to do the water spray. Let's see, is that? Oh, that's just a mark on the page. Okay. I'm debating if I want to do, okay, I have this huge stencil. So I got this one from, I think, Tuesday Morning, which is a store out here. It's either Tuesday Morning or Hobby Lobby. I can't remember where, y'all. But this is Americana Mixed Media Big Stencil, and it's got these clocks on it. So since I'm focusing on the time, I'm thinking I want it to kind of be like off center a little bit. Let me see if I can get this dark enough. Okay. I want it to kind of come off the page like this. Yeah, good. And I want to hold it tight. But yeah, this page is kind of representing to me how quickly time is flying for me, as well as the questions I'm asking myself, you know? Like, what am I doing with my life? What do I have to show for my life so far? Am I making an impact? If not, how can I make an impact? I want to make an impact for the Lord. And I want something to last. Because, all these famous people, they die. Their songs, stay after them if they're musicians, or their movies, you could still watch movies from people who've died, or, but for me, I'm like, what am I going to have? Or what am I going to have to show, I guess? Not that you have to have anything to show, but I want like some kind of impact for future generations. Ooh, I love that. Love that. Okay, then we have this other little clock. Maybe we'll have that one kind of going like this down here. Yeah, let's make sure we are in camera, y'all. Okay. Let's have it going like this. But those are the questions I've been asking myself lately. Like, will anyone even know or care when I die? I mean, I know some people will care, but I've just been seeing so many people die this year, and then within like a week, it's like, everyone goes back to their lives. Not even a week. Sometimes just a day later, it's like, okay, go back to your regularly scheduled program. Go back to your life, and it's like, I don't know. I just kind of look around. I'm like, is anybody thinking about that kind of stuff, about making an impact, or what am I going to leave behind? Will people, even remember me a few years after I'm dead, or is it just like go on and life just keeps going on? And I know it's not about, it's not all about like what you do here. I know that it's all based for eternity, but it would be nice to know that I left some kind of legacy behind, I guess would be the thing. And I know I have children or a child, and there's some of my legacy right there. And then the fact that time just keeps flying by. So that's what this water is going to represent. It's like, I always think of those Salvador Dali picture, that one of the melting time clocks in his painting. I don't know if any of you have seen it. If you haven't, look it up. But it's that one where he does clocks, but they're all like melting. That's kind of what I feel like. Like the time is just going by so fast. It's like melting away. So that's what this water. So I'm going to spray the page. And the bigger drops you have, the more it's going to react. I don't want it to erase the clock completely. Like, whew, that really went. But I want it to kind of like start fade into the background, kind of like it's like time is just flying away from us, melting away. It's melting away. Okay. Oh yeah, that's cool. Okay, so when you spray it with water, any kind of distress ink or distress oxide, it reacts with the water, and then you can dab it up. You can either let it sit. The longer you let it sit, the longer it will react with the water and fade away a little bit more. The faster you dab it up, you'll just get like little water droplet spots kind of thing. Okay, let's dry that. And part of what Solomon talks about, I was looking here in Ecclesiastes, is he talks about, there's limitations to being a human, and there's the emptiness of pleasure and the emptiness of like getting possessions or trying to be famous or whatever. And the one thing that we want to do and get is wisdom, is get salvation from the Lord, is look at things that are going to last eternally, because everything else, it fades away, y'all. It fades away. So I'm going to grab, let me see. I'm going to grab my scissors, and I'm thinking I just want this part of the, so I'm going to kind of follow this down. It's kind of like this, I think. Oh yeah, perfect. It like keeps the words open. Yeah, okay. We'll save this for something else. Okay, now I'm going to try to attempt to get this on here. This is a large sticker, essentially, or vellum paper, but same. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of fold this down like this and get this situated here at the top of where I want it. And then I'm going to pull it and press down with my hand as we go. And that's how you can get the whole sticker on, just like so, with no bubbles, no creases, anything. And then I'm gonna cut this last part, this little piece off down here at the bottom, because it's a little bigger than my page. It's hard to cut this way. Let me get on this side. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna cut it, whoops, from here. Otherwise I'll be sticking to everything because that's sticker. Okay. Well, I like that. The clock kind of shows through that even a little bit. That's the thing with the vellum and the clear sticker papers. Anything from behind will show through, so I could still see that this is Ecclesiastes. I like that. Okay. And then this part, I'm thinking is going to be a tip-in. So I think I'm going to just cut this like so. Kind of like a little bit smaller, because I want to go around that key. There we go. Just like a half moon kind of, or just, you know, something like that. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. That covers that up, kind of. And then this will flip over. Now this is going to give me a spot where I can journal all my thoughts. So after I get off camera, this is where I'll do all my prayer and journaling. So let me grab, let's see. Okay, I got some washi tape. This one has like compasses and such on it and maps. I like the compass, and it's got like a clock, very faint clock. I don't know if y'all can see that. Very faint like clock images on here and compass images. So I grabbed that because of the compass. I think I got this from Your Creative Studio box. This is a great way to add extra. I'm gonna put some glue on here because washi tape sometimes doesn't stick as well without glue. This is a great way to add extra like journaling spots or even decorating. You know, you can do like I've shown y'all before where I've done tip-ins with just a plain piece of paper, decorate the top. You can flip it over, decorate the back. So if you have more that you want to journal or draw or whatever in your Bible, that is a great way to add more. Like if you want more space, you can do it with any type of Bible. It doesn't have to be a spiral bound. It could be any type of Bible. Okay, so what I'm going to do is move this over just a tad here. And I'm going to try to get this about half and half on the paper and half on the Bible page. There we go. And cut this off at the top like so. And then like really stick it on there. I put some glue on there so it'll make it more secure. Sometimes washi tape comes up. You know, washi tape is not as sticky as other stuff. Look at that. So see, you still have your verses. So again, this is another thing you can do if I know a lot of people don't like to journal or color or do anything over the word of the Lord. That's fine. instead, do a tip-in. You can flip it up this way, flip it down, flip it out this way, flip it this way. But I like doing this, and I'm actually going to grab some ink here. I'm going to ink up the sides because that, for me, that makes it kind of pop out a little bit more. You could do this on both sides and have like a little door. So if you wanted to keep the inside completely white, you could do one this way, put another one here, like another half moon if you want, and have like a little door. This will flip over and this will flip over, and then you have the inside here. So there's so many things you can do with tip-ins. I love. But again, this is where I'm going to write all my prayers and my thoughts to the Lord about this scripture and about where I'm at right now, and I'll date that there. But also on here, I had this little clock, what is this? Just like a little metal piece. It's not that heavy. It's pretty light, y'all. I got this from Your Creative Studio box, and I have some chain here that I got from BB Craft. You can get it on Amazon, BB Craft. It's this, comes like this, like 9 feet of it or something, 7 feet of it or something. But yeah, it'll last you a while. So that's some chain. This is jump ring. That's what these are called. These little round circle things. And then this is a brad. So I'm going to grab my little needle nose pliers here, and we're going to attach this jump ring, if I could find where the end is, there we go. And when you pull open a jump ring, you want to twist it like this. If I had 2 pliers, I would twist like that. You don't want to pull it out like this from it because that makes the jump ring weak. You want to kind of twist it. And by doing that, you open up the opening here, and I'm just going to hook it to the last little link right there, and then you close it. So you just kind of twist it back together and close it. And then sometimes I squeeze it shut a little bit just to make sure that it's closed. There we go. Squeeze shut. So there you go. So that's how you attach the chain. Easy peasy. And now I'm going to figure out where I want this. I think I want it. Do we want it hanging there, or do we want it from the top? I think I'll just hang it from the top. Okay, so I'm going to just put a little hole right about here at the 1. And then I'm going to put the prongs of the brad through the top chain link up here. If I can get it through, there we go. So there we go. Let's make sure it's gonna lay flat. And then I'm gonna put that through the hole. Let's move this so I don't cut myself. I already burned myself today. Look at that, y'all. Just a little burn. But I burned myself on my curling iron, of all things. I burn myself on my curling iron more often than not. I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all. Oh, more scars on this body. Hopefully not. I put some lotion on it to... So there's the prongs. So you just open the prongs like that. And you can put a piece of tape over this or something if you want to kind of cover it up. But I'm just going to probably leave it because I'm going to write all around it. But here is... And when it's tilting this way, because my Bible is tilting this way. But when it lays flat, this will lay flat. But to me, this is all about the time, like the ticking of time. And how it's going by so fast, y'all. So fast. So there's that. I'm gonna write there. And then I just grabbed just a couple other little things. I just grabbed some little washi stickers. Again, these are from Your Creative Studio boxes. And for those of you who have seen, I've done unboxing of Your Creative Studio boxes before. And these are just some of the images that you get. And I just went through and just grabbed a couple things. But I love her. She's just kind of reminding me of, and I love, like, it's old fashioned. So it's kind of like reminding me of how like we said, like just time is going by so fast, and like, generations come and go. That's kind of what this reminds me of. Generations come and go. So I'm kind of, do we want to put her here, or do we want to put her, because she's focusing on this part, but I also have, maybe we'll put her down here. The butterfly right here, and maybe, where do we want to put? I mean, the clock could be wonky. It doesn't matter if the clock is, maybe we'll just kind of go like this. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay. Well, I said we could have the clock wonky. Where is 12? Oh, there's, like, where is it? But I'm going to do it wonky anyways. So it's going to go like right about there. And the butterfly, I don't know why, I just like the butterfly, and it's got script on it, which I love too. It just speaks to me. Probably because butterflies' lives are pretty short as well. So I feel like the older I get, I'm like, wow, time really does fly. When you're young, you're thinking, oh my gosh, 50 years old is so old, or 30 years old is so old, 20 years old is so old. And then you hit those ages, you're like, that's not so old. It's actually kind of young, y'all. And then, the older you get, you're just like, wow, time is going by so fast. And the older I get, I feel like I'm still young. It's like, I'm not old, I'm young. And I'm trying to slow time down. And that's one thing, we all have a specific amount of time, and that is it. That is it. Only the Lord knows, how much time we have. And I'm praying, and that's kind of what this page is meaning to me too, is I'm praying that I'm using it wisely. Use your time wisely, because we don't know how much time we have. And it's been a crazy year for so many. And let me see, where is she going to go? Right about there. Yeah, take advantage of the time you do have, because your time may be short or it may be long. Who knows? But, use your time wisely no matter how much time you have. Let's see. I'm going to just put her, yeah, right there. And there we go, y'all. That's our page for today. Simple. But yeah, oh yeah, I'm definitely, this is representing the generations that have come and gone, and how short our lives are, and how time's kind of slipping away. And I'm going to write all my prayers, my thoughts, definitely my thoughts there, so I know exactly where I was today. But there, that's the finished page right here. Let's move this. Oh, I love it. Love it. Love it. So here we go. Here is it. Let's put it flat so you can see it. So that's what it would look like flat. The tick-tocking of time. And then this opens up. You can either, journal here, write prayers here. You can do some more artwork here, whatever you want. And then here's our page. So we are in Ecclesiastes 1, verses 1 through 11 is what I focused on. But really, all of Ecclesiastes is talking about, how everything is futile except for the things that we do for eternity. And except for just the legacy we leave, the eternal legacy we leave. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, there we go. Hope y'all enjoyed that. And you can see, you can put 3D things in your Bible. It will bulk your Bible up a little bit. As you can see, I've done quite a bit of different 3D things throughout. I try to keep it as flat as possible. So this is kind of a flat piece, but it is, a little chunky. But every once in a while, I do like adding something like this in, because it really does kind of, I don't know, emphasize the page for me. Like this one, I know is all about me thinking about time ticking away. That's what this page represents to me. And there we go. Here we go up close. You can see the splatters from the water on the ink. And we got our clocks in the background. I mean, this one you really can't tell. I mean, it's very faded. But if you want it not to be faded like this, splatter the background first, then come in and stencil your clocks over that, and then do the rest. For me, I wanted it to kind of like be like watery fading, like time is fading away super quick. That's why I did that. But if you want the clocks to be, you know, crystal clear, sharp, do the water first on the background, then come in and stencil the clock. So it all depends on like what kind of image or look you're looking for. And so that's why you got to kind of think through like your steps and your layers as you go. But that's why I did it that way. Well, there you guys go. Hope you enjoyed that. And I will see y'all next time. Have a blessed day. Bye, y'all.